Welcome to the Gleeful Meeple, a podcast all about board games where strategy meets laughter and a life of gentry is just a card draw away. In this episode, how do our significant others feel about this weird board game hobby thing we're in? We go full Downton Abbey in this week's game of the show, Obsession. And you, the Gleeples, get to play along as the hosts get put in the hot seat with this week's game challenge. You are the head of a respected but troubled family estate in mid-19th century Victorian England. After several lean decades, family fortunes are looking up. Can you improve your estate to be among the truly influential families in Derbyshire? Hey, fellow Victorian gentry.
Pish posh.
Hey, James.
Hello, Honorable James. It's Lady Emily.
Lord JK here.
And Dwayne, live from beautiful Vancouver, Washington.
And James from beautiful JK's house.
Yay.
I have a riddle for you guys.
Let's have it.
Ooh.
I was hoping you would say that.
I'm hoping this one might stump you for at least a brief moment. I wait and I wait for my right to play. Collect and collect, it just isn't going my way. Aha, that's it. The one I need. The combos are coming. Oh, yes, indeed. Take one of yours and add some of mine. A case of the runs is finally a good sign. The race is on to deplete my stash. Just one tile left. I'll move a bunch around and make a big splash.
You had me until tile.
I thought the tile
I thought
would give
I
it
knew
away.
it until you said, when you said tile. I was going to go scout until you said tile.
That's
and I was
that's
like,
exactly
nope.
my train of thought, too.
I have a guess.
Okay,
JK?
what do you think?
Alhambra?
No, not
No, okay.
Alhambra.
Ah.
I'll give you all a clue,
Yes.
and then I'll say it again.
Okay.
Think older.
Oh.
I wait-
Scrabble.
Oh.
I
I think
wa-
I've got a guess.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Dwayne?
Is it Carcassonne?
Older.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I will sit back and listen again.
I wait and I wait for my right to play. Collect and collect, it just isn't going my way. Aha, that's it. The one I need. The combos are coming. Oh, yes, indeed. Take one of yours and add some of mine. A case of the runs is finally a good sign.
I think I have it.
I'll finish it off. I'll finish it
I
off.
got it
I think I
too.
have
The
it.
race is on to deplete my stash. Just one tile left. I'll move a bunch around and make a big splash.
Is it
Yeah.
Rumi Cube?
It is Rummy Cube.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, absolutely. Good job, JK.
That is a good
Yeah.
one.
Hey.
It at least gave you guys a run for your money.
That's
that,
funny.
That game was super, super hot at our events for a long time, and now it's kind of quieted down.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that come out for a while.
Yeah.
We need to kick that one in the pants again.
I feel like
Your persistent pants.
Yeah.
there might have been some conflicting house rules. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, of course there are.
Oh, I get, yeah. Like any game of that age is like Monopoly. How do you? No, that's not the right rules.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Dwayne, you've been out of town. You've been working on moving. We haven't had a chance to talk for a bit. I got to talk horror
Go
movies
on.
with you.
Oh my God, it's such a good year for horror movies in general. But I want, let me hear your thoughts.
So I think on an earlier episode, I mentioned that I thought Sinners was going to be the horror movie of the year and hard to beat. It's
I know where this is going. Hold on, I'm going to write something down real quick,
Okay.
and I'll see. Okay, because I think I had the same thought after I watched the film. Go on.
it has been kicked to the curb in favor of Weapons.
Weapons is so good. I wrote down Weapons.
God.
Oh my God, it is. Okay, again, here's the thing. Horror movies that have a commentary are usually like some of my favorite, right?
Yeah.
And Sinners definitely did that. Weapons is doing it too. It talks about addiction and the struggles that addiction brings upon a family and a community. Holy moly.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
an incredible and scary. Lots of jump scares. So if that's not your thing for horror, I yelled in the theater. Like I thought they were going to get the ushers to come after me. What a great movie experience.
Just the structure of the movie too, where it takes the 6 characters and tells a little bit of the story from their perspective.
Yeah.
And then you see it from another character's perspective and it's slightly askew.
That was very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done movie. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't. I feel like I've seen a few memes. Like it's entered my consciousness, but I just haven't made time.
Is it only in theaters right now?
No, I think it's probably on digital. And if you know anybody that uses a Plex server, it's available that way as well. But good, creepy movie, great music in it. Like it opens up with a George Harrison song called "Beware of Darkness," which is just perfect for the scene that it's used in. Good drama, like decent character development. Benedict Wong, I cannot look at him now and not get freaked out about his eyes.
Interesting.
I don't know how they did the either the special effects or the makeup for him when he gets kind of like he you know what I'm talking about, Dwayne?
I was like, that's how I felt about the sinner's eyes.
Absolutely. Just so many things were done right in that film.
Yeah.
And whatever they did for Amy Madigan's makeup, holy crap, I didn't even recognize her.
Well, and here's the funny part too. Like Jordan Peele has found like a second career as a horror movie director coming out of comedy. The guy that did Weapons was in The Whitest Kids You Know.
Yes.
So here's another guy with a comedy background that kind of rolls over into horror movies, and it's great. So maybe that's.
But I feel like having watched several of Jordan Peele's films and what's his name, Trevor, I think.
Who the one that did Weapons?
Yeah.
Zach Cregan.
Okay. So I've seen Weapons, and I'm pretty sure he did Barbarian as well.
He did.
Both of those have been phenomenal. Whereas I think Jordan Peele had a lot of success with Get Out, and everything I've seen from him since then has been okay. It's been watchable, but it's definitely not like gotten me excited the way Weapons and Barbarian both did.
Yeah.
I got to figure out this Plex thing just because I don't rush out to watch certain genres of movies just because they're just not normally my thing. But if it's convenient and it's right there, it's easy to hop on. So I'm going to figure that thing out.
It's like Christmas Day when you log into the Plex and you see that somebody you know has put new movies in there. It's like, oh, yay. Now I know what we're doing today.
Yeah. I think there's actually a drive-in that's near me that's showing Weapons tonight. I might go see it if I can talk Brooke into it again. She loved it, so she might be game for it.
Cool. Well, we've been doing this for, I don't know, almost 2 years now. We're almost wrapping up our second season.
Yeah.
And, over the course of the last couple of years now, we've dropped the names every now and then of those that game with us.
Yes.
Our significant others. And we thought it would be fun to talk a little bit about what they think of this whole gaming thing. Do they game at all? Do they game as much or as little as us?
And that's why I brought it up, because I think so you three are married, and I have been like my board game hobby and my dating activities kind of like happened around the same time.
Okay.
And so I am very fortunate. I have a partner right now. We've been dating for like over a year, but I've had other experiences with previous like dates where their board game knowledge has fluctuated. And I think you three have a variety of significant others and their experience to board gaming. And so I'm very interested to kind of like, I don't know, compare and contrast maybe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we even, when we were at Gen Con, during one of our presentations, someone that hung out with us a little bit afterwards and talked, said that her partner does not game at all. And so this is like her, she's at Gen Con doing her own thing because her partner is not a gamer whatsoever. So it is entirely possible to, be married and have a significant other who does not share the same hobbies as you.
Well, and my wife and I have an interesting situation in that when I first got into gaming, she was on board. She was playing the games right along with me. We had a regular game day here. At the time I was a restaurant manager, so I had about one weekend off a month, and every single time we had a weekend off, we would pack up a bag of games and go over to Black Abbey and sit and drink beer and play games all day. I think as I kind of grew into the hobby and started moving away from the entry level, the family weight games, the stuff that was lighter, and started dabbling into some of the more heavy Euros, I kind of lost her. Games with multiple strategies, multiple layers to it, she really didn't have that much interest in. And even I could see, like, during the teaches, I could tell she's checking out during the teach. I was like, all right, this was a bad choice. So she literally reached a point where I was explaining a game to her one night, and she just stopped and put her hands on the table and said, "You need to find some friends." And that was kind of what led me into the board gaming group in its original form. And that kind of took off from there. She has kind of like walked away from playing for the most part. Although this last weekend, strangely enough, I got her to play Thunder Road twice. She won twice. So I think she's kind of into it if you find the right games.
Sure. It is amazing the success, because I have taught Thunder Road to dozens of people at our events. And it is amazing the people who come back when they see me setting up and they're like, I would love to play this again. There's something about that game. I don't know if it's the simplicity or just the random chaos, the fun of it, but I haven't found anybody who dislikes that game.
Yeah, I would imagine that it's almost like an event is happening, which I think why so many people just can sit down, enjoy it, have a good time. It's not some heavy Euro where you're strategizing, connect this, and do here's the extra rules. And by the way, when you do this, it also does this. Like, it's just roll some dice and crash some things.
I think she also likes games that are short, quick, to the point, where there's not a lot of downtime where she's bored while I'm trying to think through a turn or anything like that. I think if she's playing with people that have AP, it's not her game. She wants something that's constantly on the go. She's got to be involved in.
And I think we've said this before, but when we say AP, we're talking about analysis paralysis.
Yeah, and so when I was coming up, I was in games. I've mentioned before, I've been playing games for a long time, way before, back where I grew up in North Carolina. So I was a gamer far before I met Emily. But when we started dating, at that point in time, I didn't have a collection per se. I had like a couple of games, but my hobby hadn't transitioned yet into actually collecting and having a large room full of games. But so we played. I introduced her to Dominion. Was I think the very first hobby board game. She was fine. She's not a big fan of Dominion. I don't know what it is exactly, but maybe deck builders in general just aren't her thing. But she begrudgingly played it with me, kindly. But we had a different social group back then as well that we invited people over to our apartment and played. We played a lot of, I remember, Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Duel at Mount Skullspire.
That's a fun one. We had that one to start with.
Funny game. Plays way. I got rid of it at some point. It plays like up to 6 or more, and it just takes way too long. It's for what you get out of it. So, but lots of that with playing with friends, and that's kind of how it started. And then I was thinking back to this, trying to figure out like when did I start collecting games? When did my collection become a thing? And I'm having a hard time pinpointing it down. But over that time, she did play games with me, and it's funny to watch that transition of someone who's not in the gaming space start to get more comfortable when you hear words like worker placements and deck building and all those hobby terms that someone outside of the industry has. It's like another language. Eventually, having the same conversation, saying all that stuff, and it starts to click. But she enjoys games now, plays a lot of them. She mainly plays on Board Game Arena. And I have her stats. Oh, no. And I want to play a game with you guys.
Oh, no.
And just see, tell us more.
How many games of Wingspan has she played?
It's got to be over 500.
I might say it's over 1,000.
It might be.
How many?
I would say yes.
I don't have the date of when she started playing on Board Game Arena.
Okay.
But how many total game sessions do you think or have been logged? How many plays total?
At least 2,000.
Knowing Emily's style of play, she wants to get the game going fast and end it fast.
Mm-hmm. And then just run it.
I'm going to say 3,000.
What do you think, Dwayne?
3,001.
Keep going.
Wow.
Really?
Oh.
Like 5,000, 6,000?
Keep going.
Oh, man.
10,000?
10,000?
No, not
Okay.
10,000. 8,174
Oh my
log
god!
sessions.
Oh my God.
I was
Now-
like, I don't think I haven't hit 300, but I also just got started
Her
2 years
top
ago.
played games, her top game is Wingspan.
Okay.
And then Earth,
Earth's got to be up there.
But yes,
and what would be the third one?
how many games of Wingspan do you think are logged?
Well,
That's got to be a good,
I was going to say
significant
over
portion.
1,000, but now that she's got
8,000 total. That has to be at least like
2,000?
4,000.
Is it the bulk of the series? Is it over
It is the-
4,000?
It's the bulk.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
3,711
Holy
games of
cow.
Wingspan.
Holy moly!
She calls it birds. I'm playing birds.
That's
Yep.
one of my favorite games of all time, and I bet I have not played it 100 times ever.
Earth, she's logged 1,117 games. And then it drops down from there. Potion Explosions, 561.
Mm-hmm.
Res Arcana, 454.
Okay.
Far Away, which she just, so this, to give you an idea of how she plays like every night. But Far Away, I think she just started playing that maybe a month and a half ago. But she said it plays in like 6 minutes.
It's quick. Yeah.
So like in a month and a half, 434 games of Far Away.
Holy moly!
Isle of Cats is 285. Castles in Burgundy, 198. Viticulture, 127. And it just goes on and on. I can keep going.
That's crazy.
But yeah, 8,174 games. So you could say she loves board games, but so speaking about being married to another board gamer, she does not want to play a 2-player game at the house. She does not want to do it. She plays board games in 2 ways. For the social aspect of it, and she's the extrovert of our marriage. I am the introvert, so I'm not chatting up while we're playing or anything like that. So there's no other people to talk to.
She talks to people while you're thinking your turn.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like y'all complement each other well in that.
And then she just wants to play fast, like you said, JK. And BGA allows her to do that. Even in a 2-player game.
Yeah.
Like if we're playing a 2-player game, she'll have BGA open while we're playing at the table, playing 2 or 3 other games at the same time as the one that's at the table currently.
She's playing real time, not
Insane.
turn-based?
Always real time, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So
She's playing she's playing multiple games in real time.
I think so. Sometimes it depends on what's going on.
Gosh, I would get timed out all the time.
So yes, my wife plays tons of games now, but mostly online on BGA. I love 2-player games. I wish I could get her to play more of them with me, but she just doesn't have the patience for it. She just wants games to go super fast, and if there is going to be time involved, people to talk to, and if you're just me and her, that's not the case. So
Yeah, because that's what I remember getting intimidated one time, because it's like I'm not usually a slower player. I usually just go, even though I want to figure out the strategy. And she yelled at me one time for taking too long, and I was like, I thought I was going fast, but not fast enough.
yeah, because that would be one of the benefits of being married to a gamer, is that you get more games in because you can play just with the 2 of you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't get that benefit.
Sorry,
Yeah.
James. So we have JK, who you and your wife got into games around the same time, but you left her behind.
Yep.
And that was post-marriage, or post the beginning of marriage.
Yeah, that's probably 10 years into being married.
Okay. James also was into games first, brought Emily along, and now she has surpassed him on the BGA front.
Yeah, you could say she plays way more games than I do, because even outside of that, we play games.
Yeah.
We have a game night at our house with the same group of people every week, so the same game counts happening there. If we're at a Gleeful Meeple event, we're both playing games.
Mm-hmm.
So she
Yeah.
thoroughly plays more than I do at this point.
And then, Dwayne, what about you?
Yeah, so one of the first things I remember about when Brooke and I were dating is we were at her house and she had a little coffee table, and she opened up the lid and there were some board games in there. I was like, all right, I think this is going to go pretty well. So and then somewhere in the early 2000s is when I first started getting into hobby games. And I want to say Carcassonne is one of the first things I bought. She really liked that. At the time, I had heard about a game called Settlers of Catan that looked really complicated. Like for somebody who grew up on Risk and Monopoly, I was, seeing cards and bits and dice. I was like, I don't know about this game. And I finally bit the bullet and I bought that, and we started playing that with her sister and her brother-in-law, and we really liked that. That was about the point when I realized that I had an obsession and started buying a lot of hobby games. Some things were just because they were pretty and I knew Brooke would never play them, like Twilight Imperium. But I also bought a lot of things that she dug. Currently, I was just looking at my stats, like going off my BG stats information. I have most of my gameplays are with Brooke. Almost a quarter of my 2,170 log plays have been with her. So she plays quite a bit. We really enjoy games that are made for two players. We play a lot of Lost Cities. We play a lot of Patchwork. But every so often, and I've probably talked about this on the show before, but for Christmas every year, my one Christmas request is that she gives me a book of coupons that I can use to play any game with her each month. So I get 1 month is my choice of game. Sometimes I subject her to things that I know she won't like, but every so often, like we did Hadrian's Wall once, and I was like, she's not going to dig this. She loves it. She has actually asked to play Hadrian's Wall.
Wow.
Since that time. Yeah. So that was a delightful surprise. Fortunately, she digs the Grand Austria Hotel, which is really
that is
solid
fortunate
at
for
two
you.
players.
Yeah.
And then recently, I was able to get a copy of Wingspan at McKay's, which a coworker of hers told her was really good, so I wanted her to try it out. I had played Wingspan once before, and like it was fine. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either. So we sat down and played that recently. She really enjoys it, so we've been on a bit of a Wingspan kick lately.
Nice. I'm so glad you brought up the coupon book, because my boyfriend and I was looking at my stats, and we're at like 154 played games together, and he's starting to kind of like creep up and is about to surpass like some of my closest friends that I play games with, in terms of like number of games. But we have started to find out that we don't really vibe with the other person's teaching style. And so, and like he kind of has like, I feel like I see our relationship in a little bit like of all of y'all's relationships, because he's also like wants to like kind of play quick. Like if it's too long of a Euro game, he'll start to kind of like zone out. And like teaching style, I get really into the theme of the game, and I'll try to incorporate the theme into my teaching to help just kind of connect everything. And he's like, nope, I just want to know exactly what I need to do. I want to know what the point is, what I need to care about, and I'll pick up on the theme later. And so that has made me rethink some games that I teach. And luckily, like we found a few games that like we really, really like together. And so we've had a lot of runs of Sky Team, and we've had a lot of runs of Decorum. And that's why like another, I think, difference between us is he really prefers the cooperative games. And I really like, I do like cooperative games, but that's sometimes just not on my first grab list. And so it's like I've dated people that like were not board gamers, and this is like my first like boyfriend who is like very much into board games. And so that's been a real treat having that, because I feel like I'm getting the 2-player games that James also wishes for.
I have a shelf of just like 2-player only games.
Yeah.
Never get them played. They just stare at me.
We talked about this on a previous episode. It's like we think that's part of why the trend of like 2-player games have really like launched, is because of like couples like the relationship I'm in. We're like, yeah, like let's just knock out a 2-player game tonight.
Well, like the another aspect of it that I think if you have a significant other that games would be the benefit of like there's times where I would like to be able to play a game like back to back. Like you finish the game, okay, let's run it again. And
Yes.
she's not like passionate about games like that. She enjoys games, but she's not like, yeah, let's do this 3 times in a row so we can experience all the different things about the game design. And that's not going to happen either. So yeah, I miss out on a couple aspects of being married to a gamer.
I think
James, I don't know if that. I was going to say, I don't know if that gels with her 3,000 games of Wingspan. I feel like some of those had to be back to back.
Oh, for sure. But, she can play 3 games of Wingspan back to back in the same time span or in the same wingspan.
Amazing. Incredible.
Of playing it once in person.
I think one of the other perks of playing with your significant other is you can set up a game on your table and play halfway through it and go, let's go to sleep and resolve this tomorrow and just leave it sit on your table. That's kind of nice.
Absolutely.
Now, I will say, I'm giving her some shade. If I really wanted her to play some games with me at the table, she would be very kind and do it with me, I'm sure. It would just be at the same time of, playing other games on BGA with the computer. But she would do it. She's awesome that way. I didn't even think to look at how many games we've played together. And I checked my BG stats, and we have 338 logged plays together.
Nice.
Me and Emily.
Nice.
Do you know who's second on my BGA? Not BGA,
BG stats.
BG stats list?
Is it me?
It is you.
I was about to say.
Oh, wow.
It's JK at 207.
That's adorable.
You're
I'm like your backup wife.
my board game boyfriend.
But wait a minute, that's my board game dad.
All right, Gleeples, this episode's game of the show is Obsession. Obsession is designed by Dan Hallegran. He's a heck of a man. He's also the artist, and it is published by Kneta Games, which I believe might be like his independent publishing company, but don't quote me for sure on that. Anyway, it was released in 2018. It plays 1 to 4 players, but it's at its most gleeful with 2 players. JK, walk us through Obsession.
You are the head of a respected but troubled family estate in mid-19th century Victorian England. After several lean decades, family fortunes are looking up. Your goal is to improve your estate so that you can be in better standing with the truly influential families in Derbyshire. Players will build a deck of Victorian gentry, which consist of British social upper-class people, renovate their estate by acquiring building tiles from a centralized builder's market, and manipulate an extensive staff of butlers, housekeepers, under-butlers, maids, valets, and footmen, utilizing a novel worker placement mechanic. Successfully hosting prestigious social activities will increase a player's wealth, reputation, and connections among the elite. Throughout the game, a competitive courtship for the hand of the most eligible young gentleman and lady in the country presents specific renovation and reputation objectives. The player who best meets these objectives while accumulating victory points will win the hand of the wealthy love interest and the game. That's Obsession.
Well, Dwayne, I chose it this time, but you brought it originally. I know this is a game that you've had in your collection for a while. And
Yes.
tell us why this is something that you really originally wanted to bring to the play.
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it is a game of sense and sensibility. Thank you. I've been working on that I've been waiting to say that all episode. So let's see. Where did I don't know where I even first heard of Obsession. Probably on BGG. I heard about it when it was in between printing, so it was really hard to get a hold of. But the scores on it were fantastic. And I was probably going through my Downton Abbey phase at the time, so it seemed like a style of game that I'd be really interested in. I lucked into a copy at our local used media store, McKay's, and I grabbed it. It was really overpriced because it was out of print or between printings or what have you. Hard to find.
McKay's don't care about that. They just throw a dart on a dartboard and price things.
No, well, I feel like this one was priced really well at the time, and it was one of their special behind the counters, behind the glass, behind the velvet ropes kind of thing, right? So because of the in-store credit that I had, I went ahead and picked it up. Started playing it, really liked it right out of the gate. I liked the theme. I liked how clear-cut the scoring mechanisms are. It's one of the few games I know of that in the rule book actually has a breakdown of percentage where your points should come from. So immediately you know which way to lean into, which one of the 7-point end of game point accumulators are in the game. So thought that was really cool. Because I had grabbed first edition, I was reading through the rules, and I was on the forums on BGG a lot. Something kind of neat happened where Dan Hallegran said, "Hey, I've got some extra second edition components. If anyone wants them, reach out to me. I'll just charge you shipping." And I kind of told him my story of how I got the first edition, told him how much I loved it. And he said, "Hey, I'm going to send you everything you need to turn this into a second edition game. I won't even charge you for the shipping."
Oh my gosh.
And I recently got to meet him. Yeah, that was really cool. And I got to meet him at PAX last November. And so, I told him how much I appreciated him and how much I loved the game. So that was kind of neat. Seems like a really nice guy. And just the fact like how active he is on the forums, how willing he is to tweak the rules if they need to be tweaked. It is just a really solid game, a solid foundation, and it's interesting to play. I really like the worker placement mechanic. It's a little different than other games. Trying to meet all of the needs as far as having the guests that you want for the event you want to throw, and having the prestige to throw that event and to invite those guests, and to have the service that you need for the event and the guest. It's just a perfect combo of really thinking and planning, and I just love the way the game comes together, how much thought space there is in it, and I enjoy every play I get to play of it that's at 4 players or under.
That's you talked about like the decision space, and I feel like I just was not, I was 100% not on the same level. I felt like I was missing something playing it for the first time online, because I just couldn't get a solid grasp on what I was doing. And so it's like, while Dwayne's taking these 5, 6, 7, 8 minute turns, I'm just like, okay, I'll just do this. I'll just assign this gentry. This works. This is doing things.
Well, and one of the elements that I didn't think of beforehand, I had played this before once, I think, with Dwayne, and the game itself is played over 20 turns, and on several turns they're key event turns. So some of them are the courtship turns where you're trying to get one of the people from the center of the board. There are a couple turns that there's one turn that allows you to build unlimited number of buildings as long as you can afford them. There's one that allows you to conduct an event regardless of where your reputation lies. So most of the events are kind of driven by the reputation ranking that you have earned. If you have 2 reputation, but you're holding an event that you could play that requires 5, you can't play it. I had a really bad turn. I think James fell victim to this as well, that turn where the free reputationless event came into play, we really didn't have the resources to take advantage of it because we weren't planning ahead from the few turns ahead of it.
I thought I did, and then realized that I didn't, which was the problem.
One short. Or
I was
yeah.
one short, and it's funny. It's one of those things where I think your first game of this, how you play it, is not difficult. But to what you were saying, Emily, and Dwayne as well, how it all connects, it can make sense one turn, and then 4 turns passes, and you forget to think about something. So I totally understood that I need certain types of servants to play these cards out. And the turn before it, at this point in the game, I had a ton of gentries, ton of cards in my hand. And I was going to take 2 turns back to back, where one turn I needed 5, and the next turn I needed 6. So I'm counting up all the cards and thinking, yes, I have all the things that I need. And just didn't even think to count, oh wait, the cards I'm gonna be playing on the second turn are gonna require certain servants. And I knew that rule. I had been playing it correctly the entire game and thinking about that the entire game, and for some reason it just escaped my mind. And so when that free round came up, my first turn of that 2-turn combo, because for me, I'd planned this out, I acquired a 6-level reputation event, which I was nowhere close to that. Right. I was only at level 2, maybe 3. And so my whole plan was to be able to activate the 6th level reputation event that I wasn't, technically allowed to yet during that free round. and I wasn't able to, and it just messed it all up.
With your servants, anytime you use a servant or anytime you play a gentry that requires a servant to be used, you're not getting that servant back for like another 3 turns based on the rotation. So you really have to consider
your second turn from that.
Turn from that time.
Yours. Mm-hmm.
You have to really kind of consider, the cards that you have available to you, what do they require to use, and are you going to have those pieces back in time to take advantage of that?
Because that's I feel like we've talked about a lot of games recently where they have a lot of depth, but on your turn, you are like doing one thing or like managing one thing. This is not that game. Like it is a 3.1 out of 5 on like the weight scale. Like it's a heavier game than we've been like talking about lately. And I really felt that like going through, because it's like, oh, I have to manage my reputation. I have to manage my gentry. Some of them, I had some unsavory guests. And so it was one of those, you could lose some to win some. And I felt like that, like, got me down at a few points. Improvements.
But how perfect...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, how perfect is that for the theme of this game, right? You're supposed to be managing this estate. And so as the head of estate, you've got to look at what are my servants doing? Where are they? When am I going to have access to them?
Yes.
Who are the guests in my home? What do I want to work on? Do I want to get... because I don't know how heavy we went into it, but usually when you host an event, you're going to get favors of either reputation, money, additional guest cards. So like, what do I want to focus on as far as my favors for the event that I'm planning? Sometimes the theme is just spot on, and I feel like this is one of those times.
This is one of the most satisfying theme implementations that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, they really do nail it. And I want to go back to something that you mentioned. I think you mentioned, Dwayne, about the worker placement aspect of this, because looking at it, it doesn't seem like you're doing worker placement. But the more I thought about it, like when you, like JK and I were talking about a moment ago, when you play these gentry cards out, they require certain types of servants to be applied to them, accounted for by that card. And you could essentially take your entire hand of cards and kind of splay them out face up on the table. And it's kind of like your cards are your worker placement spots. Like you're going to,
Absolutely.
And, now there's some cards that don't require any servants. And so it would kind of be like free worker placement spots. You don't have to apply anything to them. But, once you activate it, it goes away. So it goes to your discard pile. So it's kind of like this ever-present shifting tableau of worker placement spots that's connected. And this is where the complication comes in, is connected to that timed worker placement usage that you mentioned, JK, where once you use somebody, you don't get them for 2 more rounds. So your workers are going through this time cycle of being used and then having to come back into play, and your cards are going through this cycle of kind of like worker placement spots being used to your discard pile, coming back into play, and connecting all those dots can be challenging sometimes. But really unique way to approach this through a worker placement mechanism, if you think about it that way.
The other thing that messes with your head too is everybody starts the game with one of each of the servants. And you might have a family power, an asymmetric power that starts the game. Maybe you get an additional one of the different types. Mm-hmm. There is a servant market where you can go in and acquire additional servants. Those will help power the cards in your gentry. But you're getting cards to your gentry throughout the whole game. So maybe you go up to the servant market and you get a bunch of the green servants, for example, and then start drawing female gentry, which are powered by the purple servants. So now you find that you have the mix of cards that doesn't match up with the workers that you've been acquiring thus far in the game.
Yeah, I definitely found a place in a moment in the game where I had a lot of the female gentry, and I had all of the purple, I think, servants. I had four at one time, because most of the female gentry require purple servants to be applied to them. So yes. I got that combo going, which was nice, but I did not get some other combos going.
I went after a couple servants with my first play. You use the butler. You activate one of the butler actions to go up and get additional servants from the market. And then I kind of tailed off that for a while and wasn't paying attention. And the next time I was considering going up into the market to get more servants, they were gone. You guys had pretty much depleted most everything, except for I think one type of servant was still left.
Yeah, I think the footmen were left, which are pretty. They're needed for some events. They're not used a lot on the gentry cards themselves.
Yeah.
But to that point, JK, one thing I noticed on this playthrough is the game, at least the base game, is set up heavily to favor your gentleman guest, because you have the footmen who you can get a tile that will let them work as valets. You also have the under butler that you can get that will take the place of any male servant role in your household.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a lot easier, just with the game mechanics that they have here. It's a lot easier to kind of host male guests to your events. There are more ways to succeed with that, and there is the pool of servants is real limited. Like it goes fast if you don't get in there, and I think that's a valid way to play, is to get in there quickly and take up the limited supply of some of the specialized servants and leave everybody else out to dry.
Yeah.
Well, I do like that they have the one event, I forget what it's called, that allows you, the same event that you can trigger to hire servants also allows you to take one from somebody else.
Yep.
And so I think that's the game's way of balancing that servant pool being dried up, is that you still actually just start taking them from each other. Now, it's kind of your action for that turn. You don't get to really do anything else. But if you do get left high and dry, you can do it that way.
That's a fair point, James. I forgot that was a mechanic on one of the servant tiles. I think on the main recruitment tile, once you flip it, you have that option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was reminded of it when Emily used it on me.
I managed to quietly use it on Dwayne as well. I didn't say anything about it when I did it.
That's the one benefit of doing it online, is it's really easy to miss those steals.
Yeah. And one thing about Obsession is it tends to be a very solitaire game. Like, that's one reason I think it doesn't play so well at the 5 and 6 player counts, because you take your turn and you're kind of done while everybody else goes through their turns, and turns can take a little bit of time to math out.
Yeah.
However, I felt like we pulled a lot of tiles that really up the player interaction.
Very interactive.
I used a service tile that stole rep that I don't think I have ever played in a game before, and so I was pinging mostly Emily and James because they were running away with the rep. JK's family's reputation was tarnished.
I was awful the whole game.
D-list celebrity.
So that added a good amount of player interaction as far as me choosing who I had to steal from and making sure I had the service available to do that each round. It was a very interesting game of Obsession for me.
Yeah.
So how did the rankings?
Well,
how did we do in managing our estates?
Let's touch on a couple things here. We've said a lot of glowing things about
That's
Obsession.
true.
Are there any negatives?
It's long. It's heavy.
It is a longer game. Yeah.
It is, which I forgot, but it is.
Which is not necessarily a negative, but it's if you're not prepared for it, or if you're not in the headspace or whatever. I did not get enough sleep last night, so I was struggling this morning.
I don't want to say that it's an unattractive game, because I believe the aesthetics of the game kind of fit the theme.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not super flashy. There's very limited artwork. It's mostly color-based. You do have the portraits of the gentry, which are those public domain photos? Like, are they pulling somebody's family out for this?
It looks real. Yeah.
That is a great question. Yeah, they're I think they are definitely actual photos.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. That's something you don't see a lot of.
Yeah. If I do have any complaint about the gameplay itself, other than what you said, Dwayne, where there's a lot of downtime while you're waiting for other players to finish out their turns, I don't know that I didn't see a catch-up mechanic of any kind. And you mentioned my family's tarnished reputation. I felt like I was out of the game early on just based on reputation score alone.
Yeah, you were back there from us for pretty much the entire game.
Yeah. And I don't know that there's necessarily a way to recover for that. I felt like Dwayne kind of just took the lead and ran away.
That's kind of how I felt with money. It was like I had to spend money to make points, and sometimes I got money back.
Yeah.
Like, it was the money in this game was really hard for me to manage. I ended with my estate being penniless.
It's wild to me that I got to choose my family last, and you all left me with the family that starts, the only family in the game that starts with money.
Yeah, I mean, I had the choice, and I really did. In this, I mean, talk about you were at JK asking about things you didn't like about it. It's not that I didn't like it, but so the family I chose, it wasn't the money, but I started farther on reputation, and so I wanted to be kind of have a leg up on being able to implement, level 2s, level 3s faster. And then
Dwayne targeted you for that.
Yeah, and then Dwayne targeted me for that, so I kind of lost that benefit.
I'll make
so
you
that,
pay.
Yeah, so I will say that there's the little bit of take that from the servant tile that we mentioned earlier, where you can activate it and take a servant from somebody else. So that's there. This other tile did not feel good either. So just be mindful of that. I don't know if there's any other tiles in the game that do that, but if somebody has this tile where, they can steal reputation, I mean, it just makes the most logical sense to always do it to the person that has the most. Mm-hmm. And, for a long time, that was me. At a certain point, me and Emily started going back and forth on that. But then I had some big turns, and then I was, big on reputation again. So I was a target the entire game. So that didn't feel too great. So that maybe a little downside, negative note on that. But other than that, I don't have a lot of, other than just the turns being pretty crunchy. So, and I wouldn't even say it's an AP thing. It's just there's a lot to piece together because what you're doing on this turn really affects the next turn.
If we were taking 6-7 minute turns on a computer, all of that interaction in person, I was just thinking about that this morning. I was like, oh, this would have been a drag.
It'd be a long, because even think of how many turns we took where we started our turn and then went, nope, I'm going to undo that. And you just undo on BGA. Yeah.
One click.
I will say this. I think one thing about playing in real life versus on BGA, with BGA, I have to do a lot of scrolling. Like I scroll up to check my money. I scroll down to look at my servants. I scroll back up to see what events I can play. In real life, you have that all in front of you. It's very easy to see at a glance. I feel like turns in real life might actually be shorter for some of the more complicated moves, but I would. It's been a hot minute since I've played it in person. I'd need to play it again.
Now, that said, I did throw out a handful of negatives for the game. For me, it's still a keeper. I really enjoyed the play both times I've played it online and in person. It's a neat little puzzle, and I want to go back to this again and just kind of figure out if I can improve upon figuring out the order of operations from turn to turn.
I think I'm so indecisive about this one. I think I'm going to keep it to play. This might be my most reluctant keep it to play.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
It's
fine.
No, but I think it is really good. Whether or not I respond to how good it is a different question that I don't know.
Sure.
Because it's I think it's a great game. Like I love the theming. Whether or not I enjoy playing it has yet to be seen.
For me, I think it's like I alluded to earlier, talking about I'll probably end up buying everything from the website. For me, it is a keep it to play. I really enjoyed it. I've been wanting to buy it for a long time. It's such an interesting combination of card play and worker placement play with worker placement timing, and then the rondelle of how the rondelle of the reputation track works. Along with you're building out this tableau of all these events that you're putting on for your guests. It's just how that is all executed. It's just so clean. It's so smooth. There's no. I think one of the things I like about it the most, compared to a lot of modern Euros coming out, which is becoming a thing that's really bothering me, is that there's no little side notes about, hey, here's how you do this, but if this happens, then also you have to do this. Oh, and by the way, if this is the circumstance, then you got to consider this, and like little side rules, and it's becoming really cumbersome to play some of these complicated Euros nowadays because there's just so much extra rules overhead that you have to internalize. It's just clunky and clumsy in my mind when it comes to development and design of some of these newer games. This doesn't have any of that. It's just straightforward. It's clean. It makes sense. And just, you don't get bogged down by rules overload. It's just by how things work together. And that's the kind of Euro game that I want.
Yeah.
So keep it to play for me. I'll mention coming soon, there is a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter. He never sells the game through crowdfunding, but he does do stuff for special, not additions, but special things for the game. So there's a crowdfunding campaign coming out where he's going to offer a play mat, a big box to hold all the stuff that's been released, and a revised rule book that has all the updated rules all in one place, so you don't have multiple rule books.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to be looking at buying all the game stuff and then backing that campaign, because I want this in my collection. It's what I want out of a Euro game nowadays. So I love it. Definitely keep it to play, and we'll be acquiring it soon, I hope.
I'm sure it's no surprise that this is a keep it to play for me. It is. I'm going to say it's on, like I say, with a lot of my favorites, it's probably one of my top 10, my ever increasingly longer top 10 list. It hits the shelf fairly regularly for me, considering how many games I have in my collection. It's something that I think it's easy enough to teach, newer gamers. A lot of people are with shows like Downton Abbey and Bridgerton. A lot of people are easily attracted to the theme, and it's just a fun experience for me every time I play it.
So who won? Who lost?
Well, you three all ran away with it from the start.
I don't know about that.
At the start.
I don't know if I was ever in a serious contender for anything other than last.
So I think we all knew Dwayne was going to win this one, right? By the end of the game, because
he got the first monument, which was
he had all the monuments.
Big points. He got the first one. And it just ran away with it.
Yeah. So his board.
Here's what's interesting. Here's what was interesting about my early game. One of the first things I did was I had a choice to choose one of two guests. One of my guests was one of the negative guests. She was stealing 3 reputation from me every time I played her, but she gave me $700. So I used that to get that first monument, which helped increase my reputation. And from there, everything just I had so many ways to gain additional reputation that I was also really exploiting. You can burn reputation in the game to get yourself out of tight spots. Like you can refresh the builder's market, get more money, move servants around so you have them available. So because I was getting all this reputation, I was able to exploit that a lot to get some really powerful turns. I ended up getting the Charles Fairchild came to me for every courtship phase. Everything just kind of lined up on this playthrough for me, and it put me in first place. It
was after getting the Fairchild 3 times. Dwayne was like, "That's not always a guaranteed winner."
It's not. I have definitely played a game where I have achieved that every time and have lost. So it's not a guaranteed win, but I had a lot of other things working for me.
Yeah, it was one of those where it was however true that is, in that moment, it felt like a, don't worry, losers, it's fine.
Yeah, I struggled in the early to mid game on this one because of Dwayne's power of robbing me of reputation. That it really messed up a couple of my turns and put me back, to having unsatisfying, not unsatisfying. Well, yes, unsatisfying, but ineffective turns. So that made it a struggle. I think for me to get some of the big turns that I needed early on, because I was kind of driving that reputation. I was relying on that little, that was my asymmetric power. So I was kind of hoping to be able to use that. So that hurt. In the timing of some of that was brutal. And then I did also misunderstand a couple of rule aspects of the game, which affected it. So I did not win.
So I followed the teachings of my game sensei, Mark, and picked a lane and stayed in it. Through most of the game, I was way behind you guys in reputation, almost a full point or more at some points. But I had 2 bonus cards that I had from the start of the game that really synergized well with each other. And I said, okay, I'm going to focus on just this one element, get these 2 different types of rooms added, and just see where that goes from there. And it just so happened that the cards that I was getting within my gentry were also cards that drove more cards to my gentry. So at the end of the game, between the bonuses I was getting for my objective cards and the amount of gentry I had, I went from way behind in last to second place.
You got second place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
JK, if I remember the rules of this season correctly, that means you get to choose the next episode's game of the show.
I am going to choose this game, and I've been waiting for this for a while. So we have talked about this game repeatedly on this show. It's come up on a number of episodes, both in season 1 and season 2. And it's also from one of my favorite board game manufacturers, Stonemaier Games. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play Apiary. We're going to have some space bees.
Whoa.
Emily and I just bomb dropped. We thought for sure it was going to be a wingspan.
Curveball.
Wow. Dang.
Well,
Okay.
Back on the shelf you go, Wingspan.
Yep. Let's play some space bees.
All right, listeners, if you have any comments on Apiary, Obsession, or any other game we talked about on the show, you can drop us a line at pod@gleefulmeeple.com.
So I think we've talked about board games and playing board games or not playing board games with our significant others and each other enough that it's time to play a game on air. No, not a board game, a game about board games. This week, James has brought something for us to play.
I have. So we're returning to one of my previous games that I presented before, and it is going to be The Art of the Game. So I'm going to send each of you box cover images that you need to describe to the listeners and to each other and see if you can help the other two hosts guess what the game is.
Like it. Okay.
Okay, I like it. Yep.
The rules are you can use no words from the title. You cannot describe the type of the game. Like, this is a worker placement game or anything like that.
We're going on artwork only.
Artwork only. Describe it as if it was a piece of art. And that is it. And you get, the way points will work is you get 1 point to everyone if it's guessed, and it's plus 1 point to the person describing. So if you're a good describer, you will get more points. Emily looks terrified right now.
We'll see how this
I'm
goes.
excited. Give me my Vincent trait. Let's go.
That's right.
Yep. Let's go.
So I'm gonna send whoever's turn it is, which will let's start with Dwayne. Let's start with you.
It's the role I was born to play, baby.
I'm gonna send you a message, and it is in your inbox. Give it a look, and
Okay, cool.
describe that as you will to the group.
This game uses a New Times Roman font for the designer. No. All right. So yeah. Oh, hey guys, this is pretty great. So we've got a little body of land in a body of water. Some ships are coming up on it, and then there's these large, like, ghostly images. We've got like a tree lady. And stone kind of looks almost like Galactus, but not really. But, you know, like stone dude with yellow eyes. And then we have this water creature, maybe two water creatures, another dude made of trees, and then maybe a firebird, like a phoenix kind of thing.
I have a guess.
Okay.
Is it Spirit Island?
It is Spirit Island, JK.
Congratulations. So, JK, that's a point to you. And Dwayne, that is
A point for Dwayne, right?
a point for Dwayne.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love figuring out scoring while we play the game.
Yeah, it's great.
Yep.
It's going to make sense, I swear. All right. So this next one is going to be sent over to... Oh, I'm trying to pick the right person for these games to...
I know. I feel like this is the hardest part for me because I'll hear whoever's describing something and then I'll just create like a totally new piece of artwork in my head instead of trying to cross-reference it with games I've seen before.
I'm going to send this one over to you, Emily.
All right. Okay. This is a beautiful box cover. It features a lion. And the lion is on a rock or a platform or something. beautiful blues and yellows. And the lion's right in the middle. It's very prominent.
I've got a guess.
Yeah.
Is it Harmonies?
Yes.
It is Harmonies.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I was like, the lion is in the foreground.
So honestly, okay, I own that game. I could, if you had asked me what animal is featured on the cover of Harmonies, I could not have told you, but it was the way you described the colors that got me there.
Yes. That's what I thought was going to be the more defining feature.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a challenging one, so I was curious how that would play out.
Because that's what I think about when I see Harmonies, is the colors.
All right, point for Emily and
Let's
point for
go.
Dwayne. All right, next one is sending your way, JK.
Okay, you got ready, guys?
Yes.
We've got some
Yep.
peasants out in the wheat field.
Oh, this is already.
and
going
they're
badly.
taking their tools and they're trying to get all the wheat. And in the background, there's this big industrial factory and some mechs walking around.
Oh.
I got it.
Is it Scythe?
Go ahead,
It is
Emily.
Scythe.
Let's
It is
go.
Scythe.
Yes.
I was like, I wasn't going to let mechs pass me up again.
Now we can play if both people know it at the same time. We don't have cards in front of us if we wanted to do it where you can write it down. If you both get it, you both get points.
That's true. We could do that.
Or it's whoever gets to it first. What do y'all want to do?
I got to it first, so I would like.
Yeah.
Okay, Emily, it is.
Fair enough.
I was like, that's going to.
That's okay. I'll let you have the tie, Emily. That's fine.
Thanks. I need a win.
So that's 1 point for Emily and 1 point for JK. Circling back around to Dwayne. Your next game
Yes. I'm excited.
is in your inbox.
Okay. Oh yeah, this one's gonna be super easy. So we got a couple of pilots and some airplanes.
Sky Team.
Oh.
JK got
That's
it.
it, JK. Well done.
I zoned out.
I had to get in fast. I knew she was
Yeah.
going to get that one.
I knew it was going to be an easy one, but I want to throw it in there anyways. If y'all didn't catch it, Sky Team was JK's answer. So we got a point for JK and a point for Dwayne.
Oh, man. I knew I
So-
was going to regret that.
Again, a game I own. I don't really look at the box on this one a whole lot because I'm just pulling it off the shelf to play it. I love that under the description, 2-player co-op. Okay, immersive, sure. High drama. Is it a
It is high drama.
game?
It is.
Okay.
It's I played it with someone where we instantly flipped the game in the first round and lost.
Wow.
When you say flip the game, does that mean you flipped a plane too?
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Flip the plane. That's what I
That's
thought
not
I
good.
said.
That's not how they're meant to fly.
It was
Depends.
like, what if we did a knife flight in this board game?
All right, Emily, you are up again.
All right.
It is in your inbox.
Oh boy. Okay. I am seeing a large residential building with a gate in front of it, and a crow is on that gate. It is.
Oh, I got it.
Mysterium.
I got it. Nope.
Dwayne.
Wait, is it Mysterium?
It is not Mysterium,
Okay. Then I will say Mansions of Madness.
and it is Mansions of Madness.
There it
nice.
is.
It is large residential building.
Oh, I was so mad when JK popped in with because I thought I had it, but when you said Mysterium, I was like, maybe I don't have it.
I was like, now I need to look up what Mysterium looks like. I can't look up things.
So another point for Emily and another point for Dwayne. Right now it is Dwayne at 4, JK at 3, Emily at 3.
Ooh.
JK, you are next. Your game to describe is in your inbox.
Okay, I want you to picture like a workers panel with like lots of dials and flippers and things that you can turn, and it.
and it okay,
shows,
go on.
Someone's got to claim it.
I got.
Dwayne, you can go first.
I see how you're gonna do. I'm gonna go with Power Grid.
It's
Not Power Grid.
Oh, okay.
Is it Enigma?
It's not.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of dials that might like be used to look at different signals and interpret them differently. There's a keypad. There's a couple different readouts that are in red.
I'm gonna go again. Let's go with Decrypto.
It is Decrypto.
Nice.
Hey!
Yeah, that was
I
good.
thought that would throw y'all for a loop. Maybe not even get there.
Tough.
That's a great description, JK. All right, the next one up.
That's a fun game to play, but I don't like teaching it. It's a weird.
It is hard to teach.
It's a
Yeah.
weird teach. It's deceptively like challenging to teach.
Yeah, very tough.
I have to argue with my family every time. They're like, "Are you sure that's how?" I'm like, "We have played this every like Christmas."
All right, Dwayne's next game is in his inbox.
Okay, so we have, picture this, the desert with a beautiful Indian palace in the background.
Oh,
There
what is
are
that game?
Camels wandering near the palace. And in the foreground, we see three people. Think the closest I can come up with, like think Scheherazade or Aladdin. Definitely two of the gentlemen have turbans on.
I have a guess.
Also, yep,
5 Tribes.
it is 5 Tribes.
Oh wow! I was thinking about the South Tigris.
There were, I went Marrakesh, I went Camel Up.
Same.
There
And
were
then he
so
said
many-
camel, and I
yeah.
was like, no, it's not camel up.
Yeah, a lot of ways in which that could go for sure.
Uh-huh. Good
Nice job, Dwayne.
Thank you.
All right, Emily, your next game to describe, and your last game. We'll be doing 3 each. Is in your inbox.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right, so we have an adventurer. We actually have several adventurers. On the box, there is kind of a river flowing through the middle of the box. One of the adventurers seems to be holding a gold piece, gold something.
Okay, I'll give it a go. Is it ink and gold? No, you couldn't say gold if it. I take that back because you couldn't say gold if it was ink and gold. So instead, I will say, oh no, I've lost the name of it. And I probably won't be able to come up with it. So keep going.
I'll throw a guess in at this point. Thanks for stumbling all through that, Dwayne.
You're welcome.
Is it Lost Ruins of Arnak?
It is not.
Okay.
So there's 4. I said the one with the gold, the river. To the right side, it seems like there are some steps, maybe to kind of like a temple or something. It looks very somewhat southern hemispheric or equatorial. Yes.
Is it the Quest for El Dorado?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, JK
Oh, well
got
done,
it.
JK. I would have never have got there, so I don't even feel bad about that one.
I was like, this looks so generic.
Nice.
So I was like, hopefully the gold, because it's like, that was the most prominent adventurer, and like the one at the far back is just pointing. So I'm like, that would have given you nothing.
I was hoping you might throw out Arnak and then just once it wasn't, just be lost.
Yes. Yeah. Like the ruins.
Did you do the Vincent Dutrait version?
I did.
Yes,
Okay, good
yeah,
man.
he
Yes.
did. Because I almost wanted to be, I'm like, there's like this name in the bottom. It says Vincent Dutrait.
So
All right.
Lost Ruins of Arnak was the game I was trying to come up with, but failed. So I'm glad. Thanks for taking that one out, but
No
it
problem.
helped me none at the end.
All right, the last game is over for JK, and it is in his inbox right now.
Okay. So if you have a bunch of rando fabric and you decide you're going to take
Oh,
little
I got
pieces-
it. Yep, done. Is it patchwork?
It is patchwork.
No.
I put this one in for Emily. I thought you would get. I
love
get to it.
patchwork. I was thinking Rococo first, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd just say
But
quilt.
fabric, Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a one-word clue. Quilt.
Would have been amazing.
So, all right. Well, I'm sure there's a lot more, a more interesting way to do the points on this one. But for this one, Dwayne won with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points.
Jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5. Oh, wait. JK's
Oh, it's a tie.
No, unacceptable.
I do.
Wait. Give me another one. I'll do the tiebreaker.
I have a tiebreaker in
Yeah.
mind,
No,
actually.
I do not
Okay.
like. I do not
I
like
have one
this. But
ready.
let's go.
Dwayne's like, I heard my name. I heard I said I won. That is it.
I'll describe the tiebreaker for all the marbles.
Oh, that's Potion Explosion. Or Gizmos.
I do love gizmos.
Or hungry hippos.
I'm going to assume. Nope. Don't send this to Dwayne. That's the
You're
wrong
wrong.
person
It
to
was
send
all
this to.
kerplunk.
I don't know. I'm trying to pick games I know you both have seen the cover of. We'll try this because I think.
There you go. All right. What a great option you picked, James.
Thank you.
All right. On this box cover are 3 animals. They have what looks like pliers or wire cutters in their hands.
I got it. It's Bomb Busters.
Yes.
It is Bomb Buster.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to build up the suspense, and as soon as I said wire cutter, I was like, nope, I,
I was like,
failed
why'd you say that, Emily?
so quickly too.
Well done, JK.
JK's
Thanks,
the
Dwayne.
winner. Thanks for playing my game, guys.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Thanks for bringing
Good-
it, James.
Good game.
All right, listeners, that's going to do it for today. We'd like to start by thanking our sponsor for today's episode, Cyberdyne Systems. They are crafting the finest self-replicating AI-driven defense technologies in order to keep humanity safe from their worst enemies. Could we possibly have a more trusted protector?
Not a
That's
bad idea at all.
Cyberdyne Systems.
Uh-oh.
Hey, thanks for
Oh my
listening,
God.
everybody. Wait, we should probably ask. Emily, do you get that one?
No, I do not.
Oh,
That went right over the head.
shocking.
I have something in my mind of a movie that was about, and I cannot figure out what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a whole series of movies. I
Yep.
would say that there's probably been like at least 6 maybe made surrounding this company.
Unfortunately, it seems like it's going to be a documentary.
Yeah, you're not joking.
I don't know.
James Cameron directed the first 2.
Oh, Avatar?
Nope,
Alien, is it?
it is not
I
Alien.
didn't think so. No, but I still think I'm on the right track. James Cameron sounds
You
right,
are,
but
yeah.
I cannot
Yeah.
come up with it.
These are all Terminator movies.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was on. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
None of them?
Uh-uh.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, Emily. Okay.
It's,
Well,
stay
anyway, with
tuned
that,
for our spin-off
with-
podcast where Emily watches
Yeah,
movies.
with that level of disappointment wrapping up the episode. Hey, welcome to October. Come see us throughout Nashville at any of the Gleeful Meeple events. If you do want to contact us here at the show, we are at pod@gleefulmeeple.com or follow us on Instagram at @gleefulmeeplepod. Thanks, Gleeples. Have a great day.
Thanks, Gleeples.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.